little bit, so hopefully it doesn't glitch the whole way through. I am downtown Weed. It is Weed, California. It is 420. There are 420 festivities all over for those who smoke weed. So of course, downtown Weed is going to capitalize on this. And there are actually two dispensaries one on each side of the road here. And I believe that La Florista is the only one that's smoking this, but I could be wrong. And this is their 5th year doing the event, and each year it continues to grow. A lot of the previous years, most of them, in fact, have had poor weather. So it's really nice that the weather is relatively fair and it's not raining, and people are able to, come out and do what they do. There are tons of vendors here, as you can see behind me, up and down the street. This is actually the main street in downtown Weed, and they have closed it off for the day, as you can see, so that people can come and celebrate 420. We have some jewelry and other stone-based booths set up. Some jewelry over there, and right here is La Florista. They are the ones that have been responsible. They actually have a lounge inside that you can go and smoke the stuff that you buy in there. So they have like a DJ and live music going on in there right now. Hi Kyle, am I glitchy right now? Because it seems really glitchy. Wearing green seems appropriate, yes. I was originally not wearing this outfit, and I went back in the house and changed, and so here we are. Anyways, I'm gonna spin around slowly. They do have a taco truck here. I'm not sure if they have like beans or anything. They do have chips and salsa and French fries, which are likely not vegan because they're cooked with other non-vegan things. So that is unfortunate. It's the only they have like kettle corn and stuff, but the only substantial food really is tacos and the flesh of the innocent, unfortunately. Got some plants being sold here. Well, some Girl Scout cookies. One time I was walking out of Walmart and someone was like, will you buy some Girl Scout cookies? And I'm like, are they vegan? And she said yes. And it happened to be Thin Mint cookies. I'm really not a fan of Thin Mint cookies, but I ended up buying them anyways just because she said that they were vegan, and kind of felt a little bit obligated to because she said that they were vegan after I asked her. So they definitely need at least one vegan food truck there. Yeah, I agree. Let me turn you around and you can see what I'm seeing. They have a stage set up here at the Heritage Plaza with people dancing, sitting around, smoking, and doing their thing. I'm going to turn the camera back around because they probably don't want to be on camera. But they've had different bands playing throughout the day today, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, the previous years they've actually had to cancel the outdoor events because of the poor weather. So, hi Sage, happy birthday! Everybody say happy birthday to Sage! Woohoo! Sage says that definitely green is the correct choice. Thank you. It looks like they're selling alcoholic beverages over here, and maybe some sort of other food vendors, which is fitting, obviously. If you have a bunch of people that are smoking, they're going to want to eat. Looks like soap. Unfortunately, a lot of soap either contains like gelatin, like pig contents, fat, like anything like from these animals, or beeswax or anything of the sort. I actually just went and got a vegan burger from a restaurant, so I'm not hungry, but I am curious what they have going on here. I'm going to walk down the other side and show you the dispensary on this side. On that side is La Florista. Turn around. On that side is La Florista. On this side is the Perfect Union. And on a clear day, when you stand like looking at their dispensary, you get a beautiful shot of Mount Shasta. And unfortunately, it is too it's too cloudy out here, so I was curious to see what kind of beverages that they sell. I'm not sure that they sell anything champagne or wine, rather just beer and cocktails, and I don't consume liquor. Some run-down buildings here. Alright, let me turn you around. This is the other... See, they have this dispensary here, and literally right across the street they have the Perfect Union. And Mount Shasta is back there. You can kind of see her a little bit behind the clouds. On a perfectly clear day, you would be able to just see her standing like way above the other mountain there. It's like a picturesque, beautiful spot here that they have. Good location, but I'm not sure that they're... turn around! Okay, I'm not sure how well their business is actually doing. We got some beautiful artwork here. Anyways, Kyle said I just had some watermelon. I had watermelon to break my fast from the 48, shouldn't really say fast. I technically ate apples during my 48-hour group purification, but for me that's really purifying. So anyways, I just had a watermelon recently, and I actually thought of you while I was eating it. I should have told you, hey Kyle, I'm eating your favorite foods. Okay. Sage says, I ate mushrooms and Facebook keeps sending me ads. Oh my gosh. Well, again, happy birthday, stay safe, and have a good time. Say I Sound Pro. What's significance of Mount Shasta? Mount Shasta is the root chakra, the meeting place of heaven and earth, and it is said that, it's not just said, I personally believe it fully, that the portal of Mount Shasta is used by many different entities to enter into and exit out of our realm. You'll see, not today, but you can actually look up pictures of lenticular clouds that hover over the mountain all day long, basically hiding any, I don't want to say UFO, because, I mean, they might be unidentified by us, but, others know exactly what they are, and aliens from space don't exist. So, anyways, other entities, other species can enter in through her. You can't really see behind me. But a lot of people have encounters with other entities on the mountain, whether they claim they are aliens. I know someone that claims to have seen Bigfoot. There's actually like a Bigfoot museum around here. I think it's in Dunsmuir. And a lot of different lore. I personally read before that there are prophecies that people during the end of the cycle will be drawn to Mount Shasta, basically to you can't see her behind me, to basically restart a new age, a new society, a new Israel, a holy mountain where we actually make our Creator proud and don't kill, and we live in harmony and in a way that is aligned with our soul and does what's best for us. So, we can talk about that more on Sunday. Like I said before, I'm hoping that I'm able to go live from my house finally. So we will we will test that out and see. David D says, green looks amazing on you. Thank you. Fruit fasting is not as quick, but still purifying. Exactly. And ultimately, that is what it's about. If your intent, if your will is to purify, that's what matters. As long as we continue to make steps towards our goal, we don't have to like put so much pressure on ourselves to jump in, full force, go into it, and ultimately, a lot of people will do that and fail because they put so much restrictions on themselves. Dry fasting is extremely taxing on the body. It's an extreme form of healing. So, some people that jump into it and have reactions, like, it will bring up different pains and symptoms that have underlying, like you might start feeling pains in various parts of your body as the healing process starts to work that you might not have been feeling before. So people are like, that was a really rough experience and they don't want to do it again. So I definitely encourage you to even just take baby steps towards your goal rather than going full force and failing, It's not the size of the step that you take, but the direction that you're headed in. So what says, hi Snow, are you into weed? I'm in weed right now at a 420 festival, downtown weed. I think that God gave us many different plants to enjoy, but I also think, I also know that we are in a spiritual battle, and weed can also act to, be a negative thing if we overdo it. So I think that, things need to be in moderation, and I definitely prefer to be around people that are like smoking weed and relaxing rather than people that are like doing shots and like trying to fight each other, but obviously it's used to pacify humans. The whole restriction of marijuana, and then the fight to legalize and all of this stuff, them legalizing at this time when we're all waking up and getting ready to like fight against them is no coincidence, in my opinion, that they are putting this out. And obviously they are genetically modifying and using chemicals and other stuff to try to destroy what God created. And yes. I Sound Pro says, amazing, thank you so much for a thorough answer, really fascinating. If there's any other things that I forgot, I will mention later, but from what I have also been channeled, I've posted before a map that was leaked by the U.S. Navy of the future USA. They plan to do, most people have already seen the obvious predictive programming of like tidal waves in New York and just like devastation on the coastlines, and even the fault line that goes, I think it's the Madrid fault line, right? They talk about the eclipses going over this. So all sorts of devastation and actual changes to the land mass. I have posted that on my community page before, but I would definitely check that out. And I tell people that, once stuff does hit the fan, right? I will be here at Mount Shasta fighting for a better world, and I hope that you will consider to come here and fight alongside me. They're definitely trying to push people out of California and get real humans away and make it extremely unpleasant, because they know how powerful the root chakra is. If you think of the root of a tree, I know for some of you, I'm like, wow, she has said this so many times, but the root of the tree is going to determine how healthy the tree is, right? So if the root is full of corruption and impurity and evil, then it's going to make the whole tree that is Mother Earth the same manner. So if we focus on purifying Mount Shasta, if we can turn Mount Shasta into a paradise on earth where animals are free, where humans are free, where we are living in peace and harmony with creation as our Creator intended, like that is going to have an impact on the rest of the world because of the fact that it is the root chakra, and that's ultimately why I am here and why I am doing what I do. My soul came here to change the world. Hopefully your soul came here to change the world for the better, to fight alongside me so that we can do it. I can't do it alone. None of us can. We need to work together, and I know that I don't really want to walk towards the music. I am tempted, but what I'm trying to tell you is more important than you hearing a cover song of some satanic inverts. There are souls out there that have done evil. We have all done evil, some way more than others. But we have all done bad in the past. What is important is that we stop doing evil. Anybody can stop doing evil. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It doesn't matter what has been done to you. It doesn't matter what species you are. It doesn't matter what blood type runs through your veins. Every single soul has free will, and you can use that free will to either purify yourself or corrupt yourself, and in turn the world around you, right? Because what you do doesn't just affect you, it's affecting all of us. All of our actions are affecting all of us. We don't just live in our own little personal bubble. So what you do affects those around you, and hopefully, you take my words into consideration and understand that we are at a turning point where we can either continue towards the New World Order and allow things to get worse for essentially everyone except for the rich clowns involved that are in charge, that are farming humanity, or we as a human species can come together and realize that our evil actions are why we are in the situation we're in. We can stop doing these things and experience paradise on earth. So that's all. I don't want to exclude other species, obviously, from the golden age. It's not just a human-only golden age. Those that are non-human, especially the innocent, I wanted to point, I hope there's not cows over here, but the innocent animals that we have been persecuting and terrorizing, but even the dragon, Jinn, Nakash, these other species, like, I am not promoting war with them. I am promoting for them to purify so that we can stop the bloodshed and we can make a better world, because they don't want to die. We don't want to die. Nobody wants to die, and they control everything. So if we pick up guns to try to go at war with them, we're going to be easily taken out. So obviously that is an option, but I am personally not promoting that because I don't want to die. I would rather have the golden age happen and have souls purify rather than have their blood on my hands. Hopefully you feel the same way. Hopefully you want souls to purify rather than just have a blind rage and, go to war. And hopefully you will consider what your soul is here for. Okay, let me see what's happening here. Best I've managed so far is 72-hour water fast. Good job, I Sound Pro. That is great. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter how big the step is. What matters is that you're trying, and it does get easier over time. And, I am still struggling myself with purifying my diet because I love eating so much, but I am very dedicated to purification and making effort to do these things. So if you're not in the dry fasting community on Facebook, I would urge you to join. I'm going to be doing weekly Sabbath dry fasts again, and basically disregarding all the other stuff that's going on and stick to my fasting schedule, and hope that other people will join along as well so that we can purify the world together and change. We have to change our actions if we want to change the world around us. So our diet is the main thing that most humans are doing that is continuing to enslave us to the New World Order. All of these animals that are being abused. Daisy says that they are trying to pacify humans using various methods. Exactly. So what says, I'm worried that the legal weed they control is something unnatural and more harmful, like maybe some specific bad hybrid and or sprayed with some BS chemicals or whatnot. I was actually saying the kind of exact same thing. It's definitely good to be completely cautious about it because they are literally our enemies. So when they're offering us things, we should be cautious. And that's with every single product. And unfortunately, they control like every single product. So if you can find people that, you know, actually care about what they are producing and stick to natural things, then that is definitely the way to go. David says we need each other. We are all connected. I agree. And at the end of the day, something smells like cinnamon or something really sweet. Thankfully not the flesh of the innocent. I'm surprised I don't smell it standing right beside this death vehicle. The other species on Earth, like God created with free will, even the hybrids that God didn't create, that were created from other methods, they have free will. But ultimately what I was saying is that God created these other species like dragon and Shin and Nakash and stuff, so we shouldn't like be against them in general. A lot of truthers are against other species as a general rule of thumb, which at the same time I think that there's probably many species that are generally as a rule of thumb against humans, and some of us are exceptions in their book, like, you know, cows in general probably see humans as absolute demons. And what's that?
Are you live or something?
I am.
You're on.
What's that?
What are you streaming on?
YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Cows in general probably see humans as absolute demons for what the
She's streaming yourself smoking a joint live.
no thank you.
She's out of 420.
Sometimes if you get bad vibes from people, I'm not going to interact with them. I have had a lot of interactions with provocateurs and like essentially inverts and acids and agents that want to distract and take me off track, and I don't want that. So anyways, I'm not against other species in general. As a general rule of thumb, I guess I shouldn't say that. I really hate ants. I don't really, like, there are some species that I am against, but not like the other ones, like dragons and Nakash, snakes, and the Shin and others. Alright. Isom Pro says, I am from Ireland but would love to visit. Ooh, you should. That'd be awesome. I encourage everyone to come out, especially during the summer, during my full moon celebrations when I make like a buffet of vegan food. You can sleep on the mountain if you want. Camping is free, and like I was saying earlier, people have spiritual experiences and all this other stuff on the mountain. I'm trying to get her behind me and have these people out of my way. Isom Pro says, exactly, we need each other and we need to fight alongside each other. Very important points you are making. No matter what we have done, we can always work for better. Exactly. That's okay, I'm streaming myself. It's like if I was actually having the camera the other way, I would just be looking at this random person. The will to change is really what is important. You actually have to want to change, and that is the first step in anything. Anything that you actually thoroughly will to do, you can accomplish, and that's in any arena. So you can change the world if you will it. Smoking/fire is inferior. Same concepts, why cooking is pretty bad. Simply cooked foods like boiled potatoes is probably better than smoking weed. Maybe at the most eat or chew and spit or juice. There are some books and stuff about eating buds of marijuana. Marijuana buds. I'm hoping to not get like flagged for anything. I actually just got flagged after Easter for my Easter video from 2020 because I talked about jabs, I guess. So I'm always trying to walk on pins and needles so I don't get banned. Okay. So what says, I'm just surprised and confused you're into smoking it. I am into free will of, if you want to smoke it, if you want to do what you want, I am not going to stop you. I am for freedom of whatever, in this manner. I guess I shouldn't say complete freedom. Obviously, I'm not for complete freedom because there are evil souls in this world that will take that and run with it. But as far as if someone wants to consume marijuana by smoking or eating, I'm not going to stop them. I really don't care. So, natural rights exist says you're not. Freedom over everything, though. No, because if I say, do what thou wilt, some people want to go out and enslave cows, sodomize them, to impregnate them so that they can keep them in a pen and steal their milk and then consume their flesh. Like, no, I don't just support blind freedom because that's not freedom, actually, right? That's actually enslaving other species. But humans use their freedom to do these evil acts. And if they need laws, if they need help stopping, if they need me to come and tie their hands and say, you are not allowed to do this anymore, then I will. It's just the same as if I see someone beating a dog, I'm going to say, you need to stop right now, because you can't just allow that to happen. It's not just do what thou wilt in my presence. Natural law above all, but then that's their freedom over others, not freedom over everything. DISL, pronounced diesel, a vegan and promoted veganism and natural law. Okay, I'm not sure who that is. I personally don't care. I am a monarchist. I don't support, I'm a monarchist. So at the end of the day, anarchy and thinking that basically all humans have, first of all, humans aren't even the only species under the dome, and not all souls under the dome are good. So I don't support anarchy. I don't support a free-for-all of any sort. And, yeah. You've never heard of Big D. I don't follow anybody. I don't really care to listen. I transvestigate everybody first, so they have to get past that before I really even necessarily care to start listening to what they say. So no, I have no idea who the heck Big D is, but just by that name, if they're having people call them that, they're probably an FTM with literally no penis, vegan or not. They're vegan and a carnivore, everything in between. Both sides, every side is there are shills at the top that are trying to control the narrative and get attention and gatekeep and promote their own agendas on either side. So he gets big on them. I'm not really sure. He gets big on who and what. I don't know who KRS-One is. I don't follow anybody. So yeah. Anyways, now that I'm done ranting about veganism, I will walk through here one more time. Let me see what time it is. I think they're gonna have one more band that starts. You never heard of Whoop Whoop? What's the sound of the police? No, I have no idea what that is. Oh, the Beast? No, I have no idea what that is. KRS-One is a rapper. Hi Zane, how's it going? Thank you for the information. David G says inverts control every arena. Exactly. So everyone wants to say, oh, veganism is the new world order diet. It's the same people that are promoting veganism have been promoting eating animals for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden they're promoting veganism, and you're like, oh no, they're promoting something, let's run the opposite way. It's doesn't make any sense. But if you take a step back and you stop caring about what the powers that be are doing for a second, think about it logically. if I choose to use my free will to enslave other beings, whatever species they are, do I deserve to be free, or do I deserve to be enslaved to the New World Order? And that alone should tell you that you should be vegan. If you enslave others, you deserve to be enslaved. If you pay for the kidnap, rape, and murder of animals, what do you think that you are karmically consenting to? And the same truthers that do this very evil turn around and cry about human babies getting kidnapped, raped, and murdered. It's like, do you not see the connection that humans are literally consenting to this? I know you don't want to think that those cheeseburgers, those millions of cheeseburgers that you ate in your lifetime were actually responsible for this evil that came later in your life. But guess what? That's what is the truth of the situation. And that's one of the primary reasons that I'm vegan, because I want to be a mom. And if I had anything happen to my child, I would set the world on fire. Like, you don't even know what I would do to protect my children. I'm not gonna get all fired up with the 420 events. Everyone's around here all peaceful, like. What about overconsumption of soy? People eat soy indirectly through chicken too. I mean, even if she isn't a he secretly. I'm not sure that is. But I personally, like, pretty much there's a ton of things that we eat that we're not supposed to eat. Soy being one of them. Oh no, is my phone gonna die? My point is going to be, gotta find my charger. My point is that there are definitely issues with soy, but if you are not eating animals, that's what matters to me. We definitely need to make changes in the vegan foods that are available to people. They need to be like whole foods as much as possible, no chemicals, like grown without fluoride water, grown without being sprayed with chemtrails, grown without being like sprayed with any chemicals, right? But for me personally right now, as long as it's vegan, that's what matters. And that's what I promote. But I would definitely tell you guys to question what you eat. I think that the proper diet for the human body is raw herb and fruit bearing seed. And, you know, any type of cooked foods is getting away from the pure nutrients and the pure life force energy that is in those foods to begin with, how our creator intended. So soy, grain, all these other things would technically be something that I would say, you know, it is vegan. You're not hurting the animals, but it's really not that great for you. So you should really look into those harms, but I'm not going to stop you from eating it as long as you're not eating the animals. You can hurt yourself as much as you want, really, but as long if you start hurting the animals, that's when I have a problem. David D says, out of power, we'll have to catch it. Yeah, I was running out too. I'm not really sure that my charger here has enough battery. I'll probably end up wrapping up here as well. Natural rights exist. They definitely put a thing to give a bulge in some videos. Obama's wife. What do you think of Joe Biden having attached earlobes than unattached ones? I do believe that, first of all, that all celebrities, all presidents have been female, all first laddies have been male. Everybody pretty much in the limelight is an invert, and that's why I'm always showing off my hips. I can even show you in this dress. You can actually see my hips. I try to constantly wear clothes that show off my hips because I love them. And you can see a hip dip here. Like, this is something that men do not have. So, hi.
If you'd like to buy Krispy Kreme donuts to go to my AAU team.
They're not vegan, so I can't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Have a nice
I'm
day.
sorry that they're vegan, or that they're not vegan, or I would, because Krispy Kreme is delicious. They should go vegan. Okay, anyways, so Obama was a female, and Michael Obama was a male. Trump is a female, and so on. As far as Joe Biden, yeah, I think Joe Biden has been replaced, and many have been replaced. I'm not really trying to get into cloning right now. We can get into this on Sunday, but I can explain how cloning actually works. Many of them do have lookalikes and clones, and like Madonna has been played by many actors. You need to understand that Madonna is like the name of the actual character that they're playing, right? So they can swap out the actors, but they're all given the title Madonna no matter what the actual actor's name is. And that has happened with many different celebs on the big screen. I also on Sunday wanted to talk about the Leah Thomas psyop and the Dylan Mulvaney psyop. I've actually already started to post on these things online. So if you're on Facebook, I would definitely suggest looking at the Transvestigation Disclosure Now group. You can actually type in hashtag Leah Thomas psyop or hashtag Dylan Mulvaney psyop. And I'm going to explain this to you because humans are being mocked, and it really bothers me that humans are being mocked with these things. I don't care if the whole truther community stands against me. I know the truth about these characters. I know that this is an inverted psyop, and I want to make sure that you understand and know what is going on so that you're not the butt of the joke. Do you want to be the butt of the joke, or do you want to see reality for what it is? Hopefully that's the case. Donald Marshall, isn't that the one that talks about Vril? I believe that is a shill, and I believe that the actual demon, it's kind of interesting that you bring that up because I also wanted to talk about the pedo demon, but I believe that the actual, I don't even want to talk about this, it's so disgusting, but they're sodomites. So the parasite entering through the eye is actually a code word essentially for a demon being sodomized into, they essentially prefer younger children. And I really don't want to focus too much on it, but I do want to basically have you understand the basic, I feel obligated to warn people that there are entities that have been abused all around you that you might not know, and especially if you have children, it's really important for you to know the children that your children are around. Obviously everyone's like, oh, what adults are my children around, but you really need to understand if that child has been through anything that could potentially put your own child at risk when there are no other adults around. And so we'll get into that on Sunday when I'm not at a festival that's not supposed to be so sad. I think maybe you think we're all gods, but there's only one creator, or at least of us. Yes, I do believe that ye are gods and goddesses, and that but that there is only one creator, and he created heaven is his domain, earth here, the underworld below, including Sheol, including the lake of fire, the eternal flame, these things that are underneath us. And we can talk more about that again on Sunday. I haven't really talked about flat earth for a while, so maybe we will hint on that. David E says, boom, love the female hip dip. Me too. A lot of, the majority of women are programmed to, get rid of the hip dip and be ashamed about it. But we should really embrace it. So, all right. Hey, Dan, how's it going? You look beautiful, Snow, in your mind too. Thank you. I appreciate that. The movie called Let It Be Sorry. Oh, wait, where'd we go? Have you ever heard the song Let It Be by John Lennon still being alive, perhaps? I don't know about, I'm not really sure about the movie, and I really haven't looked into any of the specific conspiracies concerning John Lennon, but I personally don't believe that any celebrities die when they tell us anything that's on the news is not true, especially if it is made to upset you, you really need to take a second look and realize that we're on the Truman Show and you're most likely being played. So the fact that like everybody is freaking out about Dylan Mulvaney on the beer can, and Dylan Mulvaney is actually a biological female who has been masculinized from birth. So it was an FTM who bulked up their shoulders. They took testosterone and other hormones throughout their life, and especially during puberty, to stop the hips from fully developing into a female flaring hips. So that's why they have these masculine biomarkers, why they have implants. And so that's why they look so monstrous going back to a female, right? Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. She has literally spent her life bulking up, and when she puts on a dress, like in the movie Junior, like people in the average people would say, wow, that's a man in a dress, because they really don't understand that Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually a female who has spent her life doing testosterone and bulking up and doing what she can to pass as a male. So I'm going to talk more about this on Sunday and actually show you different pictures and stuff. I've already leaked some of this stuff online. And the whole funny part about it is, so Dylan is a biological female on the can for the first time. All of these people are seeing a biological female and they're freaking out. And the same people that are freaking out about a biological female on their can literally like have posters and pictures of MTF, Victoria's Secret models, Hollywood actresses, all of these famous male to females all around, and there's no outcry about that. They're fine. So the spiritual world is laughing. I'm gonna get more into this on Sunday. And anyways, hey Harmon Walker, I hope all is well with you as well. Natural rights exist, so that's why that person doesn't take estrogen. Are you talking about Dylan not taking estrogen? I'm not sure what has been a pain in my side. I'm not sure what Dylan has talked about taking publicly or any of that, if that's what you mean. But I have done extensive research and watched videos, and like I can clearly see that it is a female who is literally pretending to be like not only a homosexual male, but they are completely acting every single part of their whole like. If you watch Dylan Mulvaney wins on The Price is Right, they literally, every part from the first second that they come on that screen is a complete act. They are going above and beyond to act like a ridiculous clown, and some humans actually think that is a real character. Like, you have to understand that everything they're doing is an act. So I would definitely encourage you to look into that, but more importantly, tune in on Sunday when I make my video about it. So I will, I'm going to be cutting this live stream off, and I will hope to chat with you on Sunday. Oh wait, I forgot to mention the Reading Simul update is that we have a location and a location at a time now. I was going to say Hordes and Boards, which is actually the location name. It is a new gaming store in downtown. Well, I'm not actually sure it's not downtown Reading. It's on Hartnell Avenue. Reading's actually really big, so. Anyways, it's a new gaming store in Reading, and they are renting out the space to me, and I'm super excited about it. That's going to be on June 6th. They have, obviously being a gaming store, they have like giant TVs with the gaming console set up for live gaming and stuff. So I believe that their Wi-Fi will be on point, so I can live stream to you guys flawlessly, and I'm super excited about that. And I will keep you in the loop for other details that come up. So that is all of the exciting news for now. I will catch you on Sunday. Thank you for existing. That's so nice. You are beautiful. I wish you could carry my lineage. That is so sweet. All right. Anyways, ideally you should be using wired internet. I don't wired internet on my phone to live stream. I don't know. So what? I don't even know what that who that deal it is. It is a TikToker. Is that what they're called? Who has become famous for this transition thing, but they were actually famous before this on, like I said, The Price is Right and The Ellen Show. They were featured on these shows as a female to male. So there's other things I'm going to point out and talk about, but anyways, Dylan Mulvaney is super like popular right now because, you know, people are outraged that this outrageous complete clown that like just watch some of their videos and you will understand. Watch The Price is Right. I swear I laugh so hard because I know that it's an act, so for me it's hilarious. I'm like, wow, she doesn't even laugh at all and she's acting like a complete clown. Like, wow, that's a good actress, really. So I find it funny, but other people are outraged that this person has become popular on beer cans and like a spokesperson, a model for like so many different companies. I actually don't know how many different companies that she has signed on with at this point, but the main thing is that she's on the beer can. So all these memes are going around too about like, oh, you drink one Bud Light later, and then they'll have like a picture of a boy and then it's like a girl. Like they're making all sorts of invert jokes because of this beer. And the spiritual world is making fun of humans because humans don't realize the truth about the situation. They're getting outraged about it. So anyways, I have walked away from the festival. I'm about to jump into my, oh yes, thank you, David E. Hordes and Boards at 7 p.m. June 6th, Reading Chess Simul. I will be posting a new update about that to my page soon. So I will catch you guys on Sunday at noon. May God and the gods bless you. Happy birthday, Sage!